Blanchet House has been around since 1952 and is one of several established nonprofits helping the homeless in Old Town. In addition to serving thousands of meals, they help people with clothing and support services, and they have a residential farm in Yamhill County for men transitioning from addiction, mental health issues, and other challenges. Blanchet House Executive Director Scott Kerman is here to talk about those issues. And Mr. Kerman, thanks for being here on Eye on Northwest Politics.
Ken, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me in.
Well, you depend on grants and donations. You heard what we just talked about with Dr. Myron from Multnomah County. Have you ever approached Multnomah County for financial assistance to help with the things that you do?
We've talked to both the county and the city and the joint office about our need for funding. You know, our budget is about $3 million a year. That covers our farm program, our meal program, and our downtown residential program, which is pretty good. You know, $3 million is very lean as far as things go. It's really hard to get funding if you don't, fit certain criteria. And for some reason, the kinds of services that we provide during the day, like hot prepared meals, just doesn't seem to sync up with funding opportunities right now. But it's something that we've talked to our public officials. You know, it needs to change. There are a lot of organizations like Blanchet House that provide critical daytime services, everything from showers to food to clothing to health care and mental health care, and sometimes just a place to be. And it's almost impossible for us to get public funding for that.
What do you think about the daytime camping ban that Portland City Council is considering? How will that affect organizations like yours if it goes through?
Well, I think the camping ban is going to hit the people that we serve very hard. I think the question is, where are people going to go? Well, what they'll probably do is what they currently do, is they'll come to organizations like Blanchet House and Rosehaven and Join and Portland Rescue Mission, who provide these critical daytime, daylight services. And so what we've been saying to the city is, if you are going to go through with this, we are going to have to deal with the consequences, because we serve the people who will be hit hardest by this measure. And we're going to need some help. We are all serving at or above our capacity right now. It's been a hard 3 years for the people that we serve, and we've done our best, and I'm really proud of the work that we've done. Blanchet House and other nonprofits to keep up with the need. But, the water is overlapping the swimming pool, as they say, and we're just going to need some support.
How much do you coordinate or at least talk with some of the other agencies in Old Town? Thinking of, like Central City Concern, Union Gospel Mission. How much do you folks talk to each other about the problem?
Almost every day. I know that there's a narrative out there that nonprofits aren't talking together and not working together, and that's absolutely not true. I spend a good part of my time every week talking with, coordinating with, joining with other nonprofits. We are all invested in each other's success because we are stronger together. And when nonprofits in this community are struggling, whether it's with funding or staffing, well, then the weight shifts to those others. And, we can only bear this weight together. There is so much suffering and need in our community, and it's so varied. And so it's great that we have a lot of nonprofits who specialize in different things. And what we're doing is figuring out how we can best lean on each other's expertise.
What about mental health services? People talk about mental health services as well as drug and addiction treatment as well. What's the landscape looking like at this stage in time for those type of services?
It's bleak, right? There's no question that we have a long way to go to meet the mental health and addiction need in our community. It's no secret that Oregon as a state ranks at or near the bottom in the entire country when it comes to addiction services and mental health services. Unfortunately, we also rank near the top in the country in terms of need for these services. I just read something today that our largest detox center in the state has 55 beds, and they had to turn away over 2,000 people last year. We've got a long way to go in terms of building up that infrastructure if we're going to meet the need.
You just had a groundbreaking event for an expansion at your residential farm in Yamhill County. Tell us what Blanchet House does at that farm and what is the expansion? What are you looking to do there?
Yeah, Blanchet Farm is kind of a secret in the community. Not everybody knows about it, but we have a 60-acre farm that we've been running since 1962. It's out in Carlton, and it is solely designed for men who have been homeless, who are struggling with addiction, and who are interested in recovering. And it's a real farm. I mean, we have animals, pigs, chickens, goats, ducks. We have a beekeeping program. We have agriculture and flowers. And it's such a unique experience for people in recovery to be not only in a beautiful location and enjoy that peace and quiet, but also the opportunity to have a purpose and to work with animals. And I think anybody watching this who has pets understands the therapeutic relationship that you form with animals in our lives. And this is certainly true of the men that we serve at Blanchet Farm.
As we wrap this up, can we get a handle on this problem? I mean, are we headed in the right direction in Portland, or are we still floundering when it comes to solving homelessness?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. Look, we have to get a handle on this problem, but it's not just a single problem. We have people who are unsheltered. They're not all the same. They're not all struggling with the same issues. What I think about a lot, because we also serve a lot of people at Blanchet House who are sheltered. They live in other community shelters or low-income housing. What is common for all of them is they are extremely poor. And because they're so poor, they're insecure, and all the things that you and I are privileged to be secure in, whether that's healthcare, resources, community that we can rely on. You think about the poor people who have been displaced because of the May apartment fire. These are people who were living so close to the margin, and now they've lost everything.
And you helped out in that situation with a lot of those people who were displaced, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we did a small part. You know, I think in the overall community response, we've housed 2 individuals. I just found out earlier today that one of them has found new housing and is moving on. And but you know, we're helping them rebuild their lives.
Scott Kerman of Blanchet House, thank you very much for being here on Eye on Northwest Politics.
Thank you.